Hello, 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 everyone. And
Hello.
getting Emily in.
Here we go.
Yay! And welcome to the SGDA play party for 2022. Yeah, second time we've did this online.
Yeah.
First time we've did it on our own without Playaway. It was amazing last year to do it with Playaway, but just the festivals weren't lining up. So do our own one. It's pretty good. So we're going to be showing off games that were made during game jams this year. We've got 10 games to show thus far. There might be more. There might have been a problem with the form. If anyone did have a problem submitting, get in touch with us and we'll see if we can fit you in at the end. But I think 10's probably okay. You'll get about 10 minutes each to show your games. And yeah, that's basically it. We'll start off. I'll show it off on Discord actually. Crap. Can we confirm if the sound is working or not on the video? Can you hear me? Or can you hear me and Emily? Or just me? Or just Emily? Just waiting for... Yeah, but I think...
Someone being able to wave.
Okay, yeah, I just looked. I think it's okay.
Nice.
Cool. How do I minimize this now? So here we've got... I'll explain how the voting works, I suppose. If you go over to the Discord, the link should be at the top of the screen. If you're not there already, there is this voting channel. I don't know, how do I move you? There we go. Yep, this is how it's kind of going to work. We're probably going to be, I don't know, about 9 o'clock tonight. We're going to go through these games one at a time, inviting the people to come in and speak about the games. And then if you like the game, react to it with one of these little emojis, the SGDA emoji. Try not to vote for all the games because then that kind of negates your impact in the vote. And also don't vote for your own game because that's just a bit not good.
Defeats the purpose a little bit.
Yeah.
Be a pal. Vote for somebody else.
Yeah, we don't want the big teams to just win just because they've got more people than everybody else. So yeah, try to limit yourself to, I don't know, maybe 3 votes. But if there's a couple extra games, it's fine to add more. So we'll see who's actually in the chat with us. See, we just kind of invite you to come. I realise there's a main stage there and it says listening. If people are in the main stage, I'm not sure that's actually active. We've got the on-air chat instead because I hadn't used the main stage before and couldn't figure it out and it was already too late. So yeah, we just use a normal chat channel. But that being said, if we can get the person behind cameraman, if they're about, I think it's Cobra and Team Stormplay Games. If they do not show up, I suppose we're still a bit early. I could try to load up the game and try to give it a play. We'll see. Yeah, Cobra, Stormplay, if you're in... if people want to jump in the together chat, like watch together, if that's what they were thinking the main stage was kind of. So you can chat amongst yourselves as well as in the text chat on YouTube. We probably should have some chill beats in the back of this one as well. But cool, it looks like we might not have Cobra. We probably could have. I'm going to need to hide that. Alright, cool. It's not Camera Head. That's not the name of the game. Oh crap, how do I move it? It's went on my other screen. It's made in Godot. Again, I say, Cobra, if you're about, come and say hi. Right, so I've just thrown my head, and I'm going to quit out because it did it over that side again. I've got dual screen, dual monitor, and it's... There we go. Right, so I can walk around. I think it's a puzzle platformer where you throw your head at things. So And a bit like the thing in the part in Stubbs the Zombie, that you can then walk around and kind of see yourself picking up stuff. Have we got... What was that ping?
Does it feel nice?
Yeah, I'm just finding it really hard to actually get to walk into the thing again. Is it showing okay in the stream? It's kind of in the top corner. I don't know how to make it go full screen. I'll do it right. I got to press the button. What happens when the button gets pressed?
Everybody watching can play the game as well. So if you're watching it, you can get the games in the Voting 2022 channel, and you can download them and you can play them as well and give your comments. Be nice.
Yeah.
Because we all like to create things, and it's Game Jam games, so...
Yeah, creative criticisms here.
Exactly.
Nothing too bad. Right, I think I throw my head down this chute. Wherever it's gone. There we go.
That sounds...
Let's see what happens here. I don't know
how
I'm going to get out of this. Yeah. Oh, there I am. All right. Oh, it might have been like an elevator or something. So now I'm down here. Press this big button. Oh. Congrats. Nice. Yeah, see, it's a bit like a level in Stubbs the Zombie, or one of the features in Stubbs the Zombie, where you throw your head and then you kind of have to go pick it back up again. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's a shame we didn't have Cobra here to tell us a bit more about the game. We could look up the Discord page and see what... Not Discord. You know what I mean. The Itch page, and see what we've got to go. I'm just hiding all my desktop icons in case there's anything that shouldn't be shown. There we go. That's more like it. Yeah, someone's pointing out that we should maybe say a hello here in the Discord.
Oh, that's true.
At here. We're live. Cool. That should do that. Let's get back on Discord then. So yeah, what have we got? This is a comment from someone else. Yeah, not much information. I know it's made in Godot and by Cobra and team, but not much else. So
James. Joe. It's just because I read Mansfield and sort of knew it was starting with J, so my head went James. Joseph Mansfield asking about if they should join the on-air chat when they're presenting. Is that okay?
Yeah. If when it comes to your time, you jump on the on-air chat with us. That sounds good. We'll go to... What was I about to do there? The police are coming. There, you can hear that.
Yeah, it gets posted 3 times.
Cool. So I suppose Team Terrible, I can see them in the Watch Together chat in the Discord. So if you want to come on and talk about your game a bit, how are we doing on the YouTubes? I did have it up. Where's it gone? Here we go. We've got 7 people watching. So we'll see how this goes. This is a massive, well, a multiplayer game with lots of people. So we'll see how many people we can get involved in it. I do have it downloaded, if that helps. Or we could skip it and wait for more people to show up and get it downloaded if we really want as well.
Maybe hold it off a little bit and see.
Yeah. Okay. We'll put a pin in that one. Oh no! Oh, they're here. They're here in the chat.
Oh, it's a slight delay, I think, on the YouTube in comparison.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
There's a bit of a delay. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Then we know that we'll tell the next team. So sorry for sort of the mismatch of the timing. We know now for the next team that we sort of say and give them a forewarning, and then we'll do it.
About a minute, yeah, just to make sure it comes through. Right, so how do you want to show this off, guys? What's your...
Well, it is... Go for it, dude.
I was going to say, yeah, it's a multiplayer game.
Yeah.
So the more people we can get in, the better. So if anybody's got it downloaded who's watching the stream, I've put the IP in chat, in the YouTube chat. It's 94.1.110.2. And Ali, if you could join that on stream.
You said you put it in the YouTube chat. Is that
Yeah, I can put it in Discord as well.
Yeah, drop it into Discord. I can't seem to see it in the
where's
YouTube
best?
chat.
Just put it in general?
Yeah, just or party chat, play party chat 22.
Okay.
So yeah, anyone watching, I suppose, go to the link for their game, which is called Duality by Team Terrible. Over on
very
Twitch.
original on the name there.
Yeah, I'm like,
It's just got to the last. That's just what I'm going to call it. I've already called the project Duality in Unreal, so I guess that's the name of the game.
It is, yeah, annoying when you have mismatched project names. Like, like which one was that again?
Yeah, it's got to the point where most of the internal projects we do are now just called game.
Yeah. Secrecy is key, even amongst yourself. Yeah, so if people want to join in, press the download button on itch, and it might take a wee bit to download. So we can maybe get a couple rounds.
Yeah,
in.
it's a big chunky Unreal game, which we make all our games in, and the biggest downside of that is obviously just like they are big games.
Yeah. Right.
How come you always pick Unreal then?
It's great to use.
I wouldn't mind either from a coding perspective, but the art tools in Unreal are significantly better than Unity's.
Yeah.
That's true.
And built in, yeah. Unity's got some good tools, but they're all kind of third
Go
parties.
onto Marketplace and buy them, yeah. Which is kind of against the spirit of a jam.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
Yeah, it's also familiarity as well. Like we've been using Unreal both professionally and like for our own projects for I don't even know how many years now. So there definitely is a thing of like we could, transition to Unity, but there would definitely be a learning curve. Like I haven't used Unity in about 6 or 7 years now, and I'm sure it's changed quite a lot.
We did start doing jams in Unity. We did a couple of 2D games.
Yeah, but it was like 6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah, it was a while. Yeah.
A technical question: is there a way for me to move this to my second screen?
Aaron?
You should be able to just hit F11, don't make it full screen, and then drag it across.
Oh yeah, you totally can do that.
There we go. Okay, I've got it running twice. I'm playing twice.
All right.
Okay, we're in. I'm in. Did that just?
So yeah,
it's not on yours. Is it on the stream?
It might
no,
be.
It's not on.
Give it.
It's delayed, so
yeah, give it a minute.
Yeah, it might take a while.
Yeah.
So go on, Greg.
We'll see.
Okay, yeah. Well, the basic premise of the game is on one side of the map you're attacking, and on one side of the map you're defending. So whenever you go to your hostile side, the side that's not yours, you become smaller and faster, but you lose your ability to attack people. So we wanted to have this idea of like people getting the sort of cat and mouse, but you're forced to play both sides. So rather than it being like there are. Everyone can do everything. You have to switch your role-ups. You have to play two styles of game. One when you're being chased, and one when you're the chasee. So we thought that was an interesting sort of turn on it, and we've never done a multiplayer game before in a jam. So we thought that'd be a laugh as well.
Never any multiplayer or just a networked multiplayer.
Oh no, we've done multiplayer like professionally and stuff. It's just in a jam setting. We've never done a multiplayer game before.
But yeah, we've not done couch co-op either.
Okay.
See? Oh.
And I know what jam it is, but it was global, wasn't it?
So this was Global Game Jam in January. So 48 hours this was made in.
Cool.
I was going to say, we absolutely have done couch co-op, because the first jam we ever did was couch co-op, which was Carney Carney.
I suppose so. That was for Dare to be Digital.
It was.
Yeah, which is a big jam. I think we had what 7.5 weeks for that one.
Yeah.
Does that count as a jam?
Well, that's why I was thinking it's really a mini project, not a jam.
Yeah.
Although we definitely treated it like a jam. Like we burnt ourselves out quite badly. I think we had the nickname Team Meltdown, didn't we?
No, that was the team behind us.
Was there not a thing that there was always a team meltdown?
There's definitely always a team meltdown. You're talking about the guys that decided to write their own physics engine.
No, it was his whole engine. The whole thing was his own engine.
The whole thing, yeah. But he rewrote the physics engine like during the jam.
Yep.
It's pretty hardcore.
That was back before Unity and Unreal were.
No, Unity was a big thing. I mean, we were idiots, but one of our number really wanted to make the game in Java. So everything was built from ground up in the Java OpenGL library during the jam. But I'd say probably about 80% of the teams used Unity and one team used Unreal, and Epic was sponsoring the event, and one of the awards was Best Use of Technology sponsored by Unreal. So they won it because they were the only people using Unreal.
That's one way to get sponsored.
Yeah, absolutely.
How many people have we got in here? Quite a few. 8.
Yeah.
Eight's nice, yeah.
Well, it was an interesting thing balancing it, because initially the map was about maybe a quarter of the size, and it was one of the very last things to do was scale up, because we were playing, there was only 3 of us in teams, so we were basically just doing 2v1s, which is not really a great, like a great scale, because we figured it could be anywhere between 8 to 12 people, depending on how many people joined.
Yeah.
So at the end we just kind of scaled the map up, because I was like, I don't think this is going to be big enough, and I'm really glad I did in the end, because whenever we were playing it shortly after the game jam, we had there must have been about 12 people playing.
Yeah.
And it got very, very tight.
I did much better that first time. I'm not doing well this time. Have we got 1 point? Come on, the Blues.
Yes. I won't lie. I'm also on your team, and I'm not really playing. I'm just kind of sitting chatting.
Yeah, it's a fun game.
Yeah,
And it looks really cool as well.
it's really annoying.
Yeah.
It's just when you get there and everybody's just there camping. Oh, come on.
Oh, there definitely is strategy, and during the end of the game jam, during the playtest, there was a lot of people were teaming up, working together, which is really nice to see, because obviously that's the kind of thing you want in a multiplayer game. But there was also a lot of chaos, and us trying to desperately balance things at the last minute.
And I'll kite you guys over here. Nope. Oh, we've got 0 now.
Yeah, there's 0. There's either someone's holding an orb or there's a bug, and I fully expect it's the latter.
There's an orb in the middle of the sea, yeah.
Quite possibly.
Yeah, I suspect so.
You can't win anymore. We've got 4 seconds.
The question is whether or not it will declare a winner, because at the end of the jam, there we go. At the end of the jam, when we were showcasing it, every game would end with the draw, regardless of the points.
That was after the first game, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it was after the first game.
Yeah.
But yeah, we fixed those. I just put an extra evening in and fixed all of the issues that came out of us doing that little play test with everybody, which was good. But we haven't done any work on it since. This is more or less representative of the 48-hour jam.
And was there anything you were particularly proud of in this?
The fact that it's networked and feels pretty good. I think it's a bit of a hack. We dropped server-side authority of a player position, so every player is authoritative over their own position, because I couldn't be bothered to do reconciliation with the dashes and the speed differences between the players. So I just thought it's better for everybody to have the experience of the game feeling smooth and no rubber banding.
I mean, I was in
No,
general just
it-
pretty happy that like the game wasn't completely unbalanced. Like I said, we were balancing it to 3 people. So the fact that I'm not saying it's perfect. I mean, you know, we do get the things that like it can be very frustrating and stuff. But at the end of the day, it wasn't fundamentally broken. Whenever people were playing it, they at least felt that it was vaguely fair.
Yeah, I think we did
which
play like 3 or 4 games, didn't we, of it? So it was
which
pretty
to me
good.
was the big thing because, like, yeah, you know, testing the 3 people, you're kind of just guessing as far as balance goes. So the fact that that actually worked in the end and people weren't just like, all right, this is boring, was a big thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
we're all just
that
kind of saying like,
definitely
oh, you could
works.
add this and this, and they're like, we had 48 hours, give us a break.
Yeah.
Yeah. There were so many ideas that we wanted to do, like jump pads and some mechanics to encourage people to leave defense. I think one of the ideas we were discussing was after getting so many kills, you'd get a buff, which would give you like a speed boost or some extra power or something like that. That would encourage you to use that to your advantage. It'd be timed, so you get 30 seconds of this buff, and you'd use that to go and capture the enemy's orbs.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. Did you get up
There
to
you
any
go.
other jams during the year, or you just?
We have no
The
time.
last 12 months, no. We wanted to do Ludum Dare near the end of last year, but unfortunately it coincided with the release that we were doing for the Baby in Yellow.
Yeah.
So
Christmas,
yeah, we couldn't do both. We were working weekends on the Baby in Yellow just to hit that deadline. So
People that didn't make it last year, Baby in Yellow was a game jam they did for last year. They showed it off at this event, and it's got millions and millions of plays on.
yeah, we got 40 million downloads now, I think.
Yeah,
That's
Something like that, yeah.
insane.
It's big.
it's doing very, very good. You put the time in, the work in, though, so it's
Yeah.
Aye.
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
deserved.
We now quit our jobs to put even more time into it. So
It's now your job. It's-
yeah, absolutely, yeah. Whether it's a dream come true or a curse, we'll see.
But yeah, thanks very much for having us on.
Go. Thanks for
Yeah.
coming. Yeah.
Thank you for
And-
coming. It's really a good game.
Yeah, and if you liked the game, people watching the stream, go over to the voting channel and hit this little emoji, and then at the end we'll close this channel and we'll count everyone up and we'll see who wins. But yeah,
Awesome.
cool.
Right.
See you later.
Thanks, Ali.
Cheers. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Emily. Bye.
Cool. So then if we go to the next people in the thing, where were we at?
Hi.
My mind is gone absolutely
Yes.
blank. We're in the play party. Yep, we're at the play party. An enthusiastic elephant adventure or something like that. If the team responsible for that is around, that'd be cool for them to jump in. Joseph Mansfield. I think you said you were about. So if you could jump into the on-air invite-only chat. Yeah, cool. We have invited you.
Hello?
Nice to have you here.
Hiya.
Oh, I need to close the YouTube. This is getting
Yeah,
confusing.
yeah.
Whoa.
There is a bit of a delay on it, isn't there? Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's probably like a minute or so delay.
Okay, I might need to put a at here or something in the Discord to be like,
alright.
it's your go. Yeah, but it's fine. We
I
can
have it
chat
up,
until then.
but it's like on mute, so it doesn't bother. But I can see like, oh,
Yeah.
that happened a while ago.
Yeah, yeah, I've got it up as well, so I can monitor the chat.
Should I share my screen? Should I put webcam on as well?
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah, if you
we'll,
want
Everything?
We'll have
Okay.
our stuff along the bottom.
Webcam. There we
Get to
go.
put names to
And
faces.
screen. How do I do this? I've not used Discord for this before.
If you want to share your audio, you have to do the application rather than the screen itself.
Okay, so hopefully this will work. We can test the audio if you like.
Yeah.
Let me click this run game and we'll see if you can hear the music here.
Yes, we can. Cool.
Okay, cool. I'll stop that for now. I don't want that running through the entire slot.
Cool. So
Okay, shall I go ahead?
What's the game? What was the jam?
Well, so I was cheeky and submitted 2 things,
Yeah.
which hopefully that's okay. But they were from 2 separate events and completely different set of people involved in both. In fact, one of them was a solo thing that I did, and then the other one had like 45 people involved. And I'll explain what was going on with that a bit later. So starting with the solo one, so there are some commonalities between the two. They're both puzzle games. They were both events that were organized within a Discord called the Thinky Puzzle Games Discord, which is about thinky puzzle games. And they both use the puzzle script game engine. So I can actually show you a little bit what that's like. So assuming you can see this, so this is the puzzle script game engine. This is just what we use for both of the games, and it's kind of just a web-based engine where you can quite quickly build puzzle games, particularly grid-based puzzle games. And you describe your objects like this, like you just put the pixels in, like with ones and zeros, and it colors them in, and then you specify the rules of your game, and then at the bottom you can describe the levels themselves using just like characters in the text file, which makes it really convenient for the second project that I'll talk about later. But so yeah, both of the games were made using that engine. So the first one, the solo game, I did as part of the Thinky Puzzle Game Jam. So this is the first game jam that was organized by this Discord. And the theme was Elephant in the Room. And so the game that I ended up making was this An Elastifantastic Adventure. You tried to say the name earlier.
It's a mouthful.
I'm incredibly dyslexic as well. I was like, at first I just thought it was elephant. I was like, that is not elephant, but yeah.
So it was getting to the end of the game jam, and I was like, I need to give it a name, and I just gave it the worst name possible. Nobody ever manages to repeat it correctly. So I guess I'll jump into it. New game. Yeah. So technically, this isn't just using puzzle script. I had to like make a few modifications to puzzle script. In particular for this game, it was for the smooth motion of the camera when I'm walking around. There's no music or anything. There are a few sound effects, but not too much. So the premise of the game is you are this elephant character on this grid. And kind of like if anybody's played the puzzle game Stephen's Sausage Roll, which also has a silly name, your character takes up 2 spaces on the grid. So the elephant is, I don't know if my cursor is visible, but it's taking up two spaces on that grid. And the front of the elephant, so only the position where the legs of the elephant are need to actually be on land. The front of the elephant, the trunk, can be like above water, so you can see I'm like turning around over the water. So I guess the aim of the game in general is to just sort of progress as this elephant through this weird jungle, which is kind of difficult because a lot of the corridors are single width, or like there's trees in the way that your elephant has to walk around. Obviously, I know how you deal with it because I made the game. But
I think I got to about here and was like, this is hard.
So yeah, I guess one of the fun things about putting this together was realizing like the section that the elephant's standing in right now is like this weird crossroads section, but you can't just like at the beginning of the game right here, you can't just go in here and turn upwards, which is the direction you want to go, because your feet aren't in the right space. So you have to maneuver around all the other bits to get there. Yeah. Sorry, I just undid back to where I was. So yeah, you keep progressing through the game like this. That little thing you probably just heard is the sound of you hitting a checkpoint. That was another one.
Cool.
And yeah, the goal is to kind of push these boxes around to try and progress through the world. And like you can push them into the water. So that's one thing I just did a second ago. So that's like pushing it into the water. In that case, though, in this puzzle, that's not useful because it doesn't help me get anywhere. But what I do want to do is get around the back of it, push it this way, and then I can head over this way. So this is like actually the first half of the game is kind of like this. There's like puzzles that build on top of each other like this, and then the second half of the game introduces a completely different mechanic, which I've got on the next tab. I've like got a save I made earlier to demonstrate that other mechanic, and this is actually the mechanic that I was thinking about when I when I decided to make this game. I was like, okay, I want to make this mechanic, and then I just came up with too many puzzles before the mechanic was introduced. So there's loads of game without the mechanic involved, and then suddenly there's a few that have it. So what it is, it involves these logs, which at the moment are currently just behaving exactly the same as boxes.
Yep.
Then you get to this point and it says, oh, some grippy logs. Press X to reach for them. And so the mechanic that I was particularly interested in is this one, where you can stretch
cool.
the elephant's trunk and pull the thing towards you. So if I can remember what I do here. So I do this, pull that log like that, and then push it in the water. And you not only can you like reach out and grab stuff, but you can then twist your trunk before you pull it back.
Oh my god.
Cool.
Which,
That's really cool.
which lets you like do very weird stuff. Because when I pull this log towards me, it's now going to follow the path of the trunk, so it's going to like shift around a little bit. As you saw, yeah. And this leads to some pretty
Yeah, this is
wild
some cool
stuff.
puzzle stuff that you don't get in any of the other ones of similar puzzle games like this.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the other one? I'm thinking that Monster's Journey or something.
A Monster's Expedition.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. That's definitely heavily inspired by that.
Yeah.
Heavily inspired by that. Heavily inspired by Steven's Sausage Roll as well. Definitely the graphics and stuff were inspired by a Monster's Expedition as well. So I guess one thing I should say that in PuzzleScript, like you're limited to doing 5x5 pixel sprites for everything. So you'll see that in both games they have the same kind of lo-fi graphics going on, and that's why really. I don't want to play too much of it on here because otherwise I'll spoil all the puzzles.
No, of course.
So I guess the thing that's I also want to do with this. Oh, I guess what I should say is that when I came up with the mechanic idea, what I was actually thinking about before was a game kind of based around the hook shot from Zelda. I was like, what if you made a puzzle game that was entirely about the hook shots? And then the jam happened and the theme was elephant in the room. I was like, okay, can I figure out a way to do that with an elephant? And so then the hook shot became the elephant's trunk. And
Yeah, when I seen that trunk come out, I was like properly shocked there. That was a nice moment of delight. Yeah.
in a sense, like the trunk is more fun of an idea, but there are also some other things I want to do with the hookshot that I can't do with the trunk. So if I continue this idea later, I'm not sure which idea I would go with. But yeah, basically that's the game. I think a bunch of the puzzles build on each other in interesting ways, and there's some fun ideas in there. Like there's still some more surprises to come. And the last thing I'll say is that it was interesting to do like an open world game in PuzzleScript, because most people just make there's one puzzle followed by another one followed by another one. They're not connected to each other anyway. Whereas I quite enjoy games where the puzzles can interact with each other in interesting ways, and you like move between them. Okay. So I guess I had a couple of other things open to show about that. So during the process, it looked like this. For like 80% of making the game, it looked like this. And then eventually looked like this. And then... Oh, no, that's for the other game. Spoilers. And there's I won't show the whole thing, but I did record the process of making it. So I'll show it here. If you search for my name, then it'll ask Fantastic, which is easy to search for, obviously. You'll find like a developer commentary of it, and I did also live stream it as well, so you can find that as well.
Cool. I might actually go check that out, because I like seeing how other people like construct puzzles.
Yeah, I would suggest watching the developer commentary, because during actually designing it, like there's a lot of just staring at the screen, not saying much. Yeah,
I was gonna ask, because I mean, when you have an idea like this, and you of course you started with the hookshot ball, like that was where it started, but like all the puzzles, like all the intricate sort of, for me, like that's magic. I don't understand how a designer work who sort of functions and sort of come up with sort of really clever ideas like that. But do you sit and just do them like as they come, as you build the game, or realize the game jam is sort of small in scope and time, so you have to sort of think on the fly. But do you ever like, this is a smart puzzle, and write it down and sort of have that ready at hand for things? Or how does your mind work?
So definitely. So when I was thinking about the hookshot mechanic, I think when you like think about a mechanic that's interesting to you for a puzzle game, you start to have ideas for puzzles immediately anyway, because you're sort of like, the consequences of this mechanic lead to some interesting puzzles. Like, I mean, just like the ability of being able to manipulate the object as you pull it towards you with your trunk, and then being able to get that into a position that isn't a position you would naturally be able to get that object into. That's itself an interesting thing. So I guess before the jam had started, because I'd already been thinking about the hookshot, I already had a few like, oh, I think this has got like puzzle potential in it. And then some amount of it is just you start playing with the mechanics. So for about 2/3 of the jam, I was just implementing the how it works rather than the puzzles, and so I had like a test level where I was just messing about with the mechanic, and just in the test level, you start messing about with stuff. And you're like, oh, it turns out there's this like fun little trick you can do with this mechanic. So why don't I make that into a puzzle?
And then that's the game. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, I guess what I aim to do for every puzzle is have like at least some little trick that's not the same as the previous puzzle. That's pretty common in like most modern puzzle games, is they're always trying to give you something new in each puzzle like each puzzle is about a specific thing. Yeah, just through experimenting with it, and then as you start to make puzzles, I could waffle on about this for ages, but like when you start to make the puzzles, sometimes you'll make one puzzle and you'll make another puzzle, and then you'll realize, oh, actually there's an idea that's somewhere between these two that like I've assumed they've already done or something. It's like, well, no, I could make a puzzle out of that idea. So you sort of fill in the gaps as you go.
Yeah, I always feel like really scatterbrained. Nice. You're like, I'm designing this puzzle, and then you come up with an idea for another one. You're like, I'll scrap this one now. And we'll
Fortunately, it's like in PuzzleScript, it's so easy to whip up a new puzzle. So it's like you can just jot it down quickly and then come back to it later.
Cool. Now to your other collaborative project.
Okay, so this technically wasn't called a jam, but I feel like it's in the spirit of a game jam, so hopefully that's fine. Basically, in that same Discord, there's been these projects that we've called the like collaborative projects, and the way they work, I've got this page open. Do you remember this game from like maybe you played it as a kid? It's apparently called Exquisite Corpse, but
we were confused by that as well. Yeah, we were like, "What the hell is that?"
Ali and I had to Google that beforehand, because when the description was Exquisite Corpse, we were.
Sounds disturbing, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Is this a game that we have to say no to?
But did you know?
No, exactly. Like, it's a very morbid title for what's actually a fun child's activity. But it's the idea of like you fold the piece of paper and then one person draws the head, the next person draws the torso, and so on. So the idea behind these collaborative projects is similar. Basically, one person starts the project by making a level, or coming up with a mechanic and making one level, one puzzle, and then they pass it on to the next person who makes the next puzzle. And some people might add new mechanics, some people might polish the art or something, but everybody adds one level each. So we've done it before. There's actually 4 previous games that we made in this way, and then this time I was the one who organized it and kicked it off. And it's this conveyor confusion game. The thing I wanted to do, again, similar to the previous one I just showed, is I was like, the previous collaborative games that we did were like, they weren't an open world thing. There was one level, you finish the level, it takes to the next one, and so on. And I was really like, it would be fun to do a collaborative open world thing, because then the interconnectivity between the puzzles becomes really interesting. So we ended up with this. Hopefully the music's not too loud, but it goes away in a second anyway.
It was okay in my ears. Let's hope it's fine for everybody else.
Aye.
Okay, so the premise of this game is that you're this little character running around. Again, it's like lo-fi, 5x5 pixel sprites and everything. You're running around this world, and there's these conveyor belts around. And if you stand on a conveyor belt, you immediately move in that direction. Like I'm not pressing the arrow keys when I stand on the conveyor belt; it just moves you. And so again, it's an open world thing, so you just kind of wander around and see what you can find. And I'll just head straight up to the first puzzle, which is kind of directly ahead. But one of the fun things about this was like leaving these little, because you can see at the side, like that's a puzzle that's going to come up at some point.
Yeah.
And so you get to see like little snippets of what's coming up ahead.
So can you exit a conveyor belt, like say that one on the left? If it's moving you that way, can you then move as it's going or not? No.
Very good question. you can't.
Can't jump off. Cool.
You have to wait until you stop moving before you can move again.
Right.
And so that's one of the fun things there is that like that leaves a weird question of like, how on earth can I?
How do you get there? Yeah.
There's clearly a way that I'm supposed to be going there. How can you possibly go that way? And so that's a little secret to leave for later, basically. And so yeah, so 45 people were involved in this, all from the Thinky Puzzle Games Discord. Basically. So the level that I made, we haven't got to yet, but so this was the level that was made by somebody. And basically when somebody receives the game from the previous person, they kind of go, they play through it and they think, okay, I think I could think of a level that would fit well before that one or after that one or whatever, and they just add their level. Again, another little tease here is this thing. It's like if you can stand on it and it sort of lights up in a weird way, but like what does that mean? What do you do with that? A little bit of a mystery. I think it's quite fun to leave these mysteries around. So my responsibility was, in fact, let me just get to the puzzle that's mine. So it's the next level, so I'll get there immediately.
I got stuck at that room, but I wasn't playing like extensively, but I was like, oh crap, yeah.
There you go. That's the solution. This is the one that I made to kick it off. So I was like, so I just made this level, sent it to somebody, and then the rest of the game sort of happened.
Okay.
So this is the first level that involves like a conveyor belt that you have to move around and push into different places. So yeah, then. Sorry, I'm just like on autopilot solving these puzzles because I've done them so many times. But what I should point out is, okay, I can just walk ahead now, and then I can walk through this one as well. Sorry about the puzzle spoilers. But so what we did in the previous game that we made, because they take a long time to finish these things, because you're passing them from one person to the next, it takes quite a while. It's like much longer than an actual game jam. What we did last time is we split into two groups to make two separate games and just to make it faster. But this time I did the same thing, but then realized halfway through the project that I could combine the two games into one game because it's like an open world thing. So at this point of the game, it splits into two branches. There's the left branch, which if you stand next to the sign says Theory A, Electricity and Motion. And then there's the right branch, which is Theory B, Slime and Explosives. These are the two games that were made by the two separate groups. Completely, neither group knew about the other group and what they were doing. So there's this fun thing of like...
Cool. See what ideas like spring up on both sides, or
yeah, exactly, like from the same starting mechanic, and then later on in the game they come back together, and so you get to see like what happens when those two mechanics come together, which is really interesting. I should scroll down to the list of people because yeah, like I organized it and I was the one who like assembled it into the open world at the end, but like all these people were involved and designed the puzzles and so on, and the mechanics. I only added the conveyor belt mechanic. All the rest of the mechanics that come up are all other people's ideas. Yeah, like this involved a lot of modding of PuzzleScript. This is very much not base PuzzleScript. Like you have the ability of like resetting individual regions in this, which you can't do in normal PuzzleScript. Like I had to do that, otherwise you'd be able to get like stuck in certain places and whatever. Like if I extract this block from here and then go back to this room and reset, it removes that block from the other room. It was complicated. But yeah, that's pretty much it, I think. Got this
There's the map,
screenshot of the
spoiler
whole
map.
map. Yeah,
Oh,
It's a
wow.
big map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
exactly. It was really fun putting it together and just like seeing. I mean, so it was complicated to put it together because all these people made these different puzzles, and I didn't want to disrupt the puzzles in any way because they designed them. So fitting them together in such a way that.
You should sell prints of that.
Oh well, so I thought about getting a print. I was thinking of doing it. I've got a few other like video game prints around, so I should do it for sure.
It's cool. Yeah. I can see, the 47 people worth of work there now. But
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
very, very cool.
there you go. Any questions about it?
Not for me. I think you've described it pretty good. It's
Cool.
yeah,
Aye.
pretty awesome.
Do you have any other projects lined up?
Similar to this, not yet. There will be another Thinky Puzzle Jam at some point this year, I'm sure. And in fact, there is another collaborative game that's just kicked off. Somebody else started a new project. Basically, as soon as one ends, somebody's like, "Oh, let's do another one."
Yeah.
And
And then what do you do with them? You just release them for free? It's just for fun, or
they're all for free on itch.io. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess because it's like this collaborative thing, and each person's only spent like a couple of days doing their bit, like it's nice to release it for the world to play.
Yeah, sounds awesome. But it
That's
might be
really
time
cool.
to move to the next game. It's been
Cool,
really good
thank
talking
you.
to you, though.
Cool. Thanks.
Thanks for sharing.
Thank you so much. Amazing.
We've started exploring a new world of collaborative puzzle games that I didn't know
Aye.
existed. Very, very cool. I went okay. Then we'll give the heads up to whoever is in the next group in the voting channel, which is that's me. All right, it's me.
Oh, it's you. Take it away, Al.
Take it away. I think it is, isn't it? Yeah, that's me. I suppose you can interview
Take someone
me.
else's game if it's a better,
Yeah,
better one.
that'll be
I
fine.
like this one.
It'll be fine.
This is mine.
Oh no. I did it wrong. That's spoilers. Yeah. I was saying to Emily, I was changing some of the stuff before. This was Global Game Jam as well. It was Duality. Hopefully you can hear it. It's a bit loud in my ears, so I'll turn it down. So I think someone had the idea of making a game about that police song, like "I'll Be Watching You," whatever. And we thought, let's do that, a bit about a werewolf, like kind of stalking someone.
Okay.
So we made it a silent films because we didn't have an audio person. So and we've got like a piano rendition that we found on YouTube of the song. You're this werewolf at the bottom. You're kind of hunting this Victorian lady at the top, as werewolves do. It's all it's kind of procedurally generated. Like we've got a bunch of different chunks that we stitch together. The idea is to like stay ahead of it, and then there's certain points where there's like manhole covers where you can go up and have your dinner, I suppose, if you're a werewolf. But there's only 3 sections that have the thing to go up the top, and they don't spawn very often. So I'll play for a wee bit and see if I can actually get up the top or not. There's a happy ending, so it's not.
There is a happy ending.
Yeah, it's not all horrible and thing. If I can't get to it, I'll actually I'll skip to the last scene. But I was quite happy with this. It was a team of 3 of us. There was a 3D modeler, a coder, and me doing the 2D stuff and kind of collating all the assets together. We were all working at different times. Like one person had the night shift, one person was during the day, that kind of thing. So we weren't working on it all at the same time, which was a bit weird.
Was that just how life happened and sort of?
Yeah, it was just life. This was through the Outplay Global Game Jam site. So I think Outplay had a deadline, so that, they were allowed to work at it sometime, but not the whole time, or something like Here we go.
Okay.
Here we go. Here we go, man. Oh no, this is the broken bit. No, I'm gonna die.
No, you managed.
No,
Or
I didn't get up.
no?
Yeah. Oh, there was a bug. Yeah, you're supposed to get up the top. Hopefully that'll happen again. But yeah, I was quite happy how it came together, and it was the first time I decided to try and do post-processing effects and stuff in Unity.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I like the sort of filter that you have, that it sort of looks like it's an old movie with the lines and stuff.
Yeah, it's a mixture of different things. Like the actual that bit is just particle effects over the screen, and then I used a vignette filter in the post-process stack. I'd say whenever I looked at it before, the Unity tutorials always seemed out of date and stuff, but we were using the latest version and it all just seemed to work, which was nice. And it was also the first time I tried the 2D animation, like rigging stuff. Here we go. There we go. It turns out she was also a werewolf all along. We were going to have an animation of like him grabbing her, taking her to somewhere, and then realizing that she was also a werewolf. But
No time?
Yeah, there was no time. No time.
Well.
But yeah, it was fun.
It's a good game.
Yeah,
It looks like a lot of fun. And yeah, like...
Yeah, I think we're all surprised that it came together. That was how it came together.
That is really nice.
So
would you try and do something similar again? Or are you sort of...
Yeah, I really liked using the kind of 2D like spine type stuff inside of Unity. I liked not having to use an external tool. Yeah, I was really tempted to just kind of animate it all in Blender, but on flat planes. But I wanted to learn something at this jam rather than just do the status quo of what I already know. So it was really good. I'm definitely going to use it again in the future for kind of smoother animations.
Is Unity usually then you choose to work with, or?
Yeah, I like Unity over Unreal. Even Unreal's got this nice scripting, visual scripting stuff, and me being an artist rather than a coder. But in this one, we had a coder, so. But I have tried Bolt visual scripting in Unity as well, and I found it really good. But there's still the learning curve of you're basically coding, but it gives you a hint of what the functions and stuff are expecting through the colors of the node handles, which is really interesting to. Yeah, it's a good way to kind of learn some of the C#, like what it's expecting in the code, because you're like, wait, what goes in there? I don't know, and then when you can like manually hook it up, it makes it make a little bit more sense in my head at least. So yeah.
So I'm looking at our questions that we sort of have for the team, so I'm not missing anything for you either. So have you worked on it more since afterwards?
Only today to tweak the value of the darkness, because the post-processing stack seemed to work differently depending on whether I exported it or not. So that's something else I need to figure out. But yeah, we've not touched it at all since.
All right. So no plans on expanding it, or?
Nah, I don't think so. It was just a fun thing that came together as a jam. I think we all had it. Yeah, we all just had fun with it. So.
Fair enough. That's how it is sometimes. It doesn't have to be much more. Like, I feel like game jamming games are that you're allowed to test things and just throw things at the wall and see what sticks. It doesn't have to be pretty or barely functional, as long as you felt like you actually sort of got something from it. Sometimes it's just you actually learn something because it's how you build a game, so it's something part of that, but sometimes it's just a confidence boost.
Yeah, I did kind of feel that. I think it was when I realised this might not come together as a game. Like halfway through, I was like, I could try to learn some new things here, and get something out of it, and then just kind of pulled out the stops in the last like a few hours and pulled it all together, which is kind of cool. I don't think the game's very fun or anything, but the concept was okay in that. So.
The concept's fun, and it's a good pun.
Yeah. There was many werewolf games during that particular site as well, which is a bit strange.
All right, because of the theme.
Yeah, the duality. I don't know if during our chats and whatever we all kind of influence each other, but it's funny how that happens on some sites where you see like lots of werewolf games, and then the other global game jam didn't. So yeah,
cool.
We just gave a little hint to who is up next. If you want to jump in the chat. Where was it again? I keep getting lost in this. There we go. Not the otter one yet. That's next. Occult. If the guys behind Occult could come in, that'd be great. We've got 9 people watching the stream right now. Hello to everyone there.
Wow. 2 more.
Hello.
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 Hi.
It's
How you
hard.
doing?
Hi. I'm doing okay. Yeah. Let me share. Sorry.
A friend.
Is it this one? Yes.
Is that right? There we go. So it's OQIT or OQIT. I think we had different.
You just knew that I had to read this. All you people are really mean.
It was originally Occult IT, but we kind of merged it together a bit.
That's very accurate, isn't it?
So it's got a single player and multiplayer, and it's a game about fixing pipes. So there's a pipe there which is broken, and I need to break this pipe to go through and fix it.
Okay.
And so you can run around. But it also has multiplayer, so if people want to, should be able to go to this URL here.
If we go over to the voting, and is there anything we need to do to join specifically? Just say multiplayer.
If you go there and just go to multiplayer, hopefully this will work.
Cool. I'm in.
Yeah, that's this. I've not actually tested it with this many people before. So
Let's see how many people we can get in.
Yeah. So it's space to break things and then F to fix things.
Okay.
Or I think that control also fixes. Yeah.
Oh no.
So the objective is in the center there's the computer, and it's got like a circular progress bar that's filling up, and the more pipes that are fixed, the faster it'll go up. And then there's like a loss condition of if there's too many pipes broken at once, then it'll terrible job here.
Someone's just making a bridge down there. I can see a kind of like Bomberman type thing of like trapping people in certain spaces or something.
What was it again?
It's meant to be cooperative, but I just wanted to explore having a. Sorry, what was the other question?
Yeah, how was it to fix it? Was that
It's F or control?
Oh, there we go. On the tool.
So, what jam was this made for then?
Oh yeah, so this was a global game jam as well.
Cool. Gonna trap this person in here.
Oh no.
Okay, so theme of duality. How did you get to duality?
Well, we originally had a
was a bit breaking and fixing, I suppose.
Yeah, breaking and fixing was where it ended up. There was like some other ideas about kind of having like things from other worlds coming through, and you could fix the computer, but kind of got lost in the during development.
as happens in a game jam. Yeah, I'm liking the
Yeah,
effects of it all, kind of like moving.
Oh yeah,
it's-
the sort of yeah. I spent quite a while during the jam just like making a really basic fluid simulation thing.
Oh.
Cells has a certain amount of fluid and sort of spreads to nearby cells, which ended up having not having any like actual gameplay effect.
but it looks cool. It's
Yeah, it was fun. That was fun to make.
So is it always the same map as well, or
This may have disconnected. No, it's randomly generated. So,
oh, okay. Oh yeah,
Yes,
these
similar
are
to
these are way out of sync right now. Like
yeah.
I've
I think
made a
it's
mess.
just disconnected. It's getting towards the completed. But yeah, I think it's weird. Only really
Yeah,
just
I
do
lost
with two
connection
players
too.
up to all right. Well, yeah, I was impressed that it actually managed that many players for that long.
Yeah. Until someone like me comes along and destroys the whole thing. Well, I'm glitching all over the place now. I don't know, but
Oh no.
oh, he's
So
all
we
right
got
now.
to
He's all right now.
single players sort of got different pipe layouts each time.
So what did you
That's
build
yeah,
in?
quite
This
sparsely.
looks like
It's all JavaScript and using Pixie.js. It's
Pixie.
the game library. It's quite a lightweight Canvas library. And then WebRTC for the networking. It was, so Anders, who was one of the team members, spent kind of the whole of the Saturday of the game jam basically getting the networking kind of code to connect. Then Sunday morning was all kind of like us like frantically getting it to actually synchronize the state between things and have the multiplayer working. So we were really impressed by the end that it managed to work at all. We only had it with 2 players properly by the end of the jam, and we added Jock finished adding full multiplayer after that. And then myself doing code as well, and Brian, who's one of you lot,
Yeah.
did the graphics.
Ah, cool.
The audio was did with the Howler.js library, which packs all your audio files into a single MP3. So it's quite.
Oh yeah.
Well, then does it just kind of like select specific
Wow.
areas of it? That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's really nice.
I never even thought of packing audio like that. That's cool. We do it with textures and stuff. Why not with audio?
Exactly. Nice. So that was the whole team. That was part of it.
Yeah, that was the 4 of us.
And what stuff did you are most proud of?
The networking was surprisingly small amount of code for what was happening. It's
Yeah.
like 100 lines of code pretty much to get to connect to each other and then just forward messages.
And anything you'd do differently?
I think I'd like to rework the kind of core gameplay and rebalance that a little bit. It is as a kind of a thing where if too many pipes are broken, the progress starts going backwards, which I think was too frustrating and kind of led to it getting into a bit of a stalemate situation. So you kind of I can kind of drag it on a bit.
Need to run out the door and start again.
Yeah.
Beyond
I
repair.
think there's a few different ideas just with the ideas of locking people in or making it a bit more competitive. I think it's quite a lot of scope here.
Yeah, that's where my mind went. Like initially was, how can you screw someone over in this game? Have some kind of saboteur mechanic where it's one person's job to break everything or something.
Yeah, because it kind of it contains almost small pockets of like space where you can move. So if you'd had like a warning where the floor becomes charged with electric or something, and and then you can close people in to like a wee space, and they have to go out. Or maybe that's very, very dark. I don't know. Maybe it's supposed to be a nicer game.
How do we kill people?
First line of thought. How do we kill?
But no, that's really cool. Did you work the whole weekend, or was it a chill jam? Or
It was pretty much the whole weekend. Although, yeah, I went home to sleep and.
oh, did you just have a
Stay in.
physical jam location in Edinburgh?
Oh yeah, we did. It was organised by Tom Perrari at Napier Murchison.
Okay.
So it's quite a big space. So we basically had quite spaced out kind of shooting the keynotes, and then we'll just kind of go off into separate teams in the room.
Cool. Oh, it must have been
That
good
was-
having a physical jam.
It was good. It was a bit anxious because it was like the first
Yeah, first time out of
been around that
COVID.
many
Yeah.
people. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
was-
Hopefully
no,
we
it
all
was
get back to
super
that soon.
Hope so.
We'll see. There's other things to worry about, isn't there? Oh well.
Yeah.
Less said about that, the better in this, though. Yeah, cool. Maybe time for the other team. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you so much, guys.
Again, if you're liking any of these games, go over to the voting page and add your little SGDA logo to whichever ones you like. Who's in the lead now? The elephant game, I think. But it can all change with all of you watching. Although if all 40 people vote that were on that big puzzle game, I don't know who's going to win.
That's true.
That would be a lot. That seems like a game balance problem within itself. If you're not allowed to vote for themselves, they're probably shooting themselves in the foot that they can't win.
Exactly.
Because it'll be distributed amongst everyone else.
Who's the next one?
Someone's watching the stream. Good. Stefan? Stephen?
Yeah, Stefan.
Stefan.
Nice to meet you, Stefan.
Give me a sec, then we can share the screen, and then you can also see
Hi.
the code. So we both did
Hello,
the
people.
game that we want to present.
Cool.
Nice to meet you
Nice
guys.
to meet you.
So yours is the Otter and Owl game. Yes.
Yes. Cool.
Do you want
Yeah.
us to play it, or you play it, or do you want to chat? We'll chat with you a wee bit first. I could play it while we chat if you want, or
Yeah, give it a try.
something like that. Is it a download? It is a download. It's in Unity or something, isn't it?
Yes, in Unity. So yeah, we did that at the Global Game Jam in 48 hours. Goal was to make a cozy game, something not killing, not trapping other people, but helping each other. So we have two levels. One level where you play as the otter, and the owl helps you with guidance, basically, on hunting. And the other game where the otter is helping the owl on hunting.
Nice.
Yeah.
So were the team the two of you, or did you
Yes.
have?
Just
Nice.
I suppose. Yeah.
How did you split up the workload?
So Nicole was on.
Yeah, I made the animations and the little graphics. I come from the motion graphics department I work on, and so I decided to make all the sprite sheets in After Effects and export it with a small frame rate to Unity. So yeah, it worked well.
Yeah.
Nice.
See, I've seen this game and played this game already. The animation's really cool. I was like, how did you do them? And then hearing that it was done in After Effects, I was like, that makes a bit more sense. Right, I'm almost at the point where I can share it now. I've got it downloaded.
All right.
I just did that thing again where it's on the...
Yeah, and, I was working on the code side and finally had the chance doing audio. So played a bit music, put it as a background, and yeah, did the sound effects with some vegetables and any kind of thing that I could find to create kind of soundscape. It was a dream for a long time to do some audio on that, because on all the global game jams, we always ended up doing only this thing, the specific thing, and finding the time to getting or doing something that you wish to do is not often the case. So finally, that worked out.
Yeah, I was
That's really
happy
nice.
you got
And
to do some
we
audio.
like,
Yeah.
we like when people make their own audio. It's always super nice when people do that. So, big thumbs up.
Thank you.
I can
Yeah,
see
it
that we
just sounds-
see the game now.
Yeah, it
You're-
just sounds really nice, doesn't it, as well? All the little squeaky noises and stuff. I'm trying. Can you catch two at the same time, or is that a...
Yeah. You can you share the screen, maybe?
Ish.
Ish? Would be amazing.
Oh.
Otherwise, we can share it also too if you would.
Can I go? Oh, no, I need to go. Applications. That one. That'll probably work for everyone, wouldn't it? If I just do it here, go live. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. I feel that that's gonna. This might work. I feel that we've got some kind of recursive loop here. But can you see though? Yes.
Hi.
Alright, go.
Cool. Yeah. So the otter at this point is basically computer controlled and runs over the holes and gets out mices. And you have to time basically like a bit like golf. You have to time basically your flight to catch mices. You can also catch multiple on one flight if there's a circumstance.
Ooh, okay.
We are actually now working on multiplayer that you play. Two players can play the characters.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So this is basically the mechanics. You see there up there is a timer. We don't want it to have, let's say, these countdown thing to stress people. So we decided to make something filling up to make a more positive thing. And when you see the result, you see the actual numbers that we researched on the gem to figure out how many all would eat on a normal day to see the, let's say, the point in reality that they have to eat much food to get over the day.
How many did I eat? I ate 13. I needed 12. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes.
So I ate just enough to survive and not get fat. Yeah.
That's really nice. That's such a nice sort of thought process into it. That sort of a timer can be stressful, so you're using like something that just slowly fills out and sort of fills up and doesn't have like a stress trigger going on. And the same with just the information that sort of you managed this much, and that's really good because the owl need this amount. The whole sort of process from start to finish is really sort of thought of.
Yeah, I really love this little the otters wiggle when it's swimming.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in this game, basically, the owl is using the eyes to, let's say, spot fishes, and then fishes come up at the circle sometimes, and the otter, let's say, basically runs after and catches the fishes. This is also now we're also now working on the multiplayer, so that you control the owl with, for example, the mouse. And yeah, the otter can catch fishes with that. It's pretty interesting. We tried to use as simple controls as possible, so not, let's say, a separate button to catch things. I know this it always feels, let's say, satisfying, but in the end, we wanted to have pretty easy controls to spread it out, maybe also to other things. So we did an Android build, for example, where it worked out of the box because we used the mouse controls, so touch was working.
It's just touch, yeah.
And the same thing for the for the old game, where we only have one button basically to press, to make it pretty simple.
Yeah. I'm going to be a chunky otter.
Yeah,
twice as much. I can have tomorrow off.
But they actually need this food because they didn't produce or they couldn't contain heat. They have no fat between the
okay.
fur and the body, so they always have to eat. So
What
I think
happens when you don't eat? If I try to fail, what happens?
You can try that out, but it will show that you didn't reach the, let's say, said you didn't manage to get enough food. Maybe try next time or something like that.
Oh no.
So,
This is a nice
positive.
game, Ali. It won't tell you that you killed the author.
I was thinking some kind of Papers, Please-esque thing.
So this would be
Oh no.
yeah, doing something nice was the idea, and I think the result's pretty nice.
Yeah, it's nice and relaxing, and some of the simple animation things just make me smile. Like even just these things just wobbling. I think it's just a thing moving from left to right, isn't it? But it looks so cool in a nice stylized way. I'm going to eat one fish.
Wait,
Just the one.
Just one.
you already got a bit, let's say, attracted by the animation, so you have to.
Oh, the sounds is just so cute.
I think my cat can hear the sounds in my headset. It's just like, ooh.
Oh, really?
Where are these mice?
So there's basically there's always these two characters making sound. So if there's a fish popping up, you hear the owl making
yeah.
and then the otter when he eats or when he runs makes sounds. And on the other game too. So you always get a audio information at the point where something is basically happening.
No, that was super nice and really nice to see sort of people try and make more sort of peaceful experiences, because there is pretty hard to do and actually make them engaging and people want to stay and sort of be part of the world and the game that you're playing. So no, that was super, super lovely. I love that one.
Wholesome and educational at the same time, isn't it?
Yes.
I have to say that.
Try to.
There's
Hole.
the cat. Like she's going to go down in a minute.
Which jam site were you on and did it?
I was basically at the jam site that our nice host was also hosting.
I didn't host that one, did I? Or did I?
You did.
You weren't at the
That's
Outplay
good.
one, no?
No, it wasn't at the Outplay, but
Okay.
at the Global Games and the free one, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
Don't
you found the site well. And
Yeah,
it was good fun, wasn't it? Yeah, I did a back-to-back jam that time, so the second one.
Yeah,
not
I
as
figured
much.
from what you said that you did Outplay and that one at the same time, so
Yeah.
pretty
Oh,
impressive.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Ali,
there was
there's
an
nothing
hour
stopping
handover
you.
in the middle. So. But yeah, it was really good fun.
Thank you very
It was good chatting to you over that jam as well.
Will
Seeing it all
you-
come together at the last minutes again. You were like, you had two builds right up until the end, and then you went combine it into one with that screen at the start.
Will you continue working on it, or?
Yeah, actually, so we did some small things on as preparation for that one year, for this event, and like I mentioned yesterday, actually we figured out that we want to do multiplayer. So now hacking this together or making it properly, basically, and thinking about how to, let's say, the whole onboarding process of because you can play with controller, you can play with keyboard, you can play with touchscreen or mouse. This is something that needs some time to figure out how to do that.
Yeah, I think in the two-player touchscreen could be one of the hardest ones. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, to figure out which finger is has the right finger ID, basically. Because I think it's also lovely to have it on a tablet and then share it with children.
Aye, super accessible by just
really
having
good.
like.
Yeah, kids love their tablets. They think any
Yeah, they do.
screen is a touch screen, don't they?
Yeah, there's something to figure out, but multiplayer for sure, and then updating that on the website, and maybe also making an itch page,
Yeah.
and dropping
Yeah,
it there.
definitely.
Yeah, because that was just hosted on your own website or something at the moment, is it?
Yes,
So people
yes.
can see. Yeah. It's over on their own website. And then a whole bunch of links for Android and whatever. Be cool to check them out on.
If
Definitely,
you
and
do
also-
put it up on an itch, share it on Discord as well. So
Share it in Discord, share it on the retweet us, and we'll tweet us and
Aye.
we'll retweet it for you and stuff. So
Cool.
be cool.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Great.
all right.
Cool.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
See you later.
Thank you for bye.
Bye. Okay, how are we getting on now?
Otters. How do you top otters? What's next?
Where were we? There was on the voting page. So yeah, again, if you like the otter one, go give it a vote.
Oh, it's Noam with Battle Island.
Yes, that's the next one. So if you're about and you're responsible for this, how did you pronounce Noam? Noam?
Now I really hope I said it okay. Noam? Do we have a Noam?
So we will give them a
Yes,
minute
we will.
to come in. There's a itch page, there's a download, and there's a video. How long is the video? The video is like 8 minutes long. Is that of development or playing? I don't know. We'll soon see. If they don't come in, I'll just kind of play the video, and then we can have a look.
Cute swimming sausage.
I liked how the fading, like its bum sticking out the water and stuff was really nice.
Oh.
A little bit bums in the water. Right, the cat's going on. How are we going? Okay, they're not coming here. I don't know if they are here.
Did someone make Battle Island?
Anyone?
Does someone
made
want to
Battle
take
Island?
responsible for Battle Island?
Someone that didn't and just wants to come and talk
Someone
about
else.
it. You can just come into the on-air chat if you want to chat, and if not, well, I'll put the video up for now.
Aye.
I'll put it over here. We can have a little look. So it looks like it's some kind of turn-based. Is it like pollinating or something? What's the? I don't know. Do you want to like read the description or something, Emily?
All right. I will. I'll find the description.
It is up on itch.
So
It looks like rival bees like pollinating a thing. I might be entirely wrong.
made in 1 week for Game Boy Jam 9.
Ooh.
So
It
it's
does look
a
like a
whole
Game Boy
thing.
game. So yeah, is it an actual Game Boy Game
Yeah, I think so.
That's very, very cool.
I think I've heard of it, but I've never taken part. So it's a whole thing. So it's a whole thing, you guys. So it's called Battle Island. Undertitle, sort of, do you have what it takes to defeat your opponent? Left in charge of a group of soldiers with a city to protect, can you defeat the enemy and destroy their city before they do the same to you? And then it made in 1 week for Global Game Jam. For the GB, I'm just assuming it's Game Boy Jam, but it says just GB Jam 9, so
Yeah.
I could just be
I
talking.
assume Game Boy. Yeah, it has that aesthetic, doesn't it? It's
I think so.
that color
Yeah.
palette.
Then the game, so Battle Island is a turn-based strategy played against a single AI opponent, taking place on a procedural generated island, either small, medium, or large. A player controls units and a city. Units get 2 moves per turn and can move, rest, that costs 2 moves, so replenishes 1 soldier, gather resources, automatically sent to a city, fight enemy units / city, does 1 damage per hit. Cities get 1 move and can build units, cost 3 resources, and will have 3 health. So you need to have 3 health, I assume. Potentially. Noam is not here to tell me
they're not
otherwise.
here to tell us anything about anything else. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. So the player can select a unit or city at any time, but only possible actions will be shown for the unit to take.
Cool.
For example, can't fight without a target within range. Yes. Once the player has no more possible actions, their turn is automatically passed to the enemy, or the player can manually pass by selecting the option from the options menu. And then there's controls and stuff.
That's cool. I don't think it is a real Game Boy game. I downloaded it and it's an EXE, and the as I noticed it as well, but as Port Punky pointed out, the pixels are like going nice and smooth between targets. They're kind of not snapping to the grid like they would in a Game Boy. So, but it's got the style down though.
Port Punky, are you Noam? You seem to know. Do you take responsibility?
I don't think it is. I think they were just pointing out that the pixels weren't lining up.
I know. I'm just taking that piss.
Okay, what happens when we have... I'm going to skip to the end.
Are you playing?
No, this is just the video.
Oh, right, okay.
Yes, I'm playing. Of course I'm playing. Oh yeah, on the video it hides the thing, doesn't it? It's hiding the YouTube bar at the bottom. So
I was like, you really look what you're doing. You're just flashing about on that island and doing stuff.
Hey, victory! I won!
Yay!
Cool.
It's hard to... What's the city? I can kind of realize that the small stuff are like...
I saw a thing with enemies or something.
Aye.
It said the city was like an enemy. I'm trying to get the voting page up again.
This is almost more fun than when we have someone here to actually sort of tell us what it is.
We just have to make up stuff about it, yeah.
Yeah. We should do this more times. Take random games on itch and just...
I suppose it's good for the like playtesting element of not being told what to do.
Oh, that's... yeah.
A blind playthrough. Yeah, I don't think there's much else we can... Yeah, we know it was a jam for another thing. It seems like they made it all in Visual Studio or something. It didn't look like a Unity style project or anything. So yeah, next one.
It's cool. It's there. The link is there for people to watch the video or play the game. Download it from itch, and you have all the fantastic description there that I already gave you. But if you for some reason want to read it again, then
do so.
You have it there.
Yeah, and yeah, if you liked it, you can go vote for it on the Discord. Oh, someone did. Someone added a new one. Oh, we're getting places now.
It must have been your gameplay.
That was it.
Sold it.
It was all my gameplay. I think the elephant's on in the lead right now. Just saying. Right, so I know
the animals are coming for us.
This one's Tom, is it? This is amicable animal. So if you want to come on, we can have a chat with you. there will be a bit of a delay here, so
Yeah.
this was one of the later ones. We've had one other person say they might want to show off another game.
Oh,
I'm
really?
trying to think what it was. Yeah, well, it's Team Terrible again, but we might as well.
Oh my God, those.
Those guys forgetting that they made a game. Go. Amicable animal. You're here, but we can't hear you or see you.
We can.
There we go.
Kind of see it. Oh,
So I was dealing with the fact that you were speaking in 2 different time zones at me.
Yeah.
oh.
Having to
The
make
whole
sure to
minute
meet the-
ahead.
Yeah,
I'm a time traveller.
it's always impressive.
Okay, so have you got it running? Can you share it on your...
Yes, I can do.
Thing.
So I'm going to be a bit cheeky because I'm going to show the Game Jam version, and then I've started actually working on it a lot more. So I'm going to show the Where It Is Now version as well, which
fine.
is entirely unfair because
No,
it's
it's not.
No.
We said that in the rules.
ridiculous compared to the 48-hour thing. But I think it'll be fun to see how
Ali
much it's
just
changed.
confessed to fixing up his game this morning, so you're
No, it's within
No
the rules.
bother.
You're allowed
You're-
to have
you're
worked on
fine.
it. That's fine.
exactly.
Oh, thank you. That's appreciated. Now, if I can find the correct sharing thing. It doesn't have any sound, so I don't need to share system audio.
Cool.
Hopefully that's showing up.
Yep.
So this is Global Game Jam. I was organising, as Norg said, the Edinburgh Global Game Jam site. So this was done in and around everybody else having mild panics about COVID stuff, which was fun and interesting. I was working by myself because I was on the help desk, but I was basically kept company in a couple of late nights by other people on the help desk there working on their own games, which was really, really super nice. So the theme was duality, and I'd been wanting to make a arcade puzzle game inspired by a bunch of niche and less niche arcade puzzle games for a while, and this is kind of the original idea I came up with. And the idea is basically you start with this checkerboard, and you want to make a 3x3 space, either white or black, and then it will be deleted by this timeline that's going across. And you do that by stamping pentominoes on the board, and when you get the kind of match, they light up. And the twist is that it deletes the world when you make these matches. So if I do a bunch of them here, and I've actually changed the way these rotate around, so I'm really bad at this older version now. But now I can't play here anymore. And I've made this bit at the top impossible to now complete because it's only 2x2. So it's sort of a game where you need to think a little bit ahead and not just go as fast as you can.
Yeah. It's like stealing
Or you make
territory
it-
and Go or something. Yeah. We're like...
Oh.
Exactly. And then the idea is basically you have a target that you're trying to get to, a target of the amount of the world you're trying to delete. And if you hit that, then the board resets and your timer resets and you keep going kind of for as long as you can. And it was one of those ideas that I was like, I don't know if this is going to work or be fun, but then I ended up staying up too late one night when I'd got it working, playing it, and I decided I wanted to work on it a bit more. And I also discovered that someone else had already released a game on Steam under this name, so I had to have a slightly dramatic rebrand, but that's fine. I didn't really like the name anyway.
What was the game name again?
So this was called Dyad, but it's now been renamed to CRT7.
Ooh.
For reasons I will show. So this was kind of the core gameplay loop. And then I promised myself I was not going to do a physical game at the Game Jam. I wasn't going to play with any 7-segment displays or LEDs or anything. And I obviously didn't agree with myself and just did it all digitally instead.
Yeah.
So then, and this is all post-processing stack, by the way, Ali.
Mm-hmm.
So I love
Lots of glow
post-processing
stuff.
stack.
Yeah.
Oh,
So is this all
Bloom-
just like
Bloom.
flat colours and you've just turned on Bloom?
In this one, yeah, basically flat colors, a bunch of bloom, and color kind of correction stuff.
Yeah.
To color mapping stuff. So I was enjoying that, and then I decided, well, what if I wrap this up?
Did you have the same thing using it where like from editor to export, sometimes it looks different or not. That's just a me problem.
Uh,
I thought maybe
that can happen depending how you
the
set up
size
the
of the screen.
project settings.
Yeah. Okay.
The vignette one in particular you're using is really faffy for that, which is why I don't tend to use it anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. Just like, oh, it's dark. Oh, it's really dark now.
Yeah, exactly. So what I realized is when I was making it is like I quite liked the idea that it was a game about regretting your past actions. So I decided to kind of wrap it all up in a narrative and a sort of setting about kind of found objects and kind of a bit inspired by SCP control stuff, where it's these like found impossible objects. And I'm kind of hoping to make it a game all about kind of regret and obsession, because these are the things that have been on my mind recently with creating stuff. And I've also got really distracted by diegetic UI stuff. So it's all kind of like you start off with like this phone interface that is obviously very Windows phone styled. But then, you know, the idea is it's meant to feel like you're exploring this kind of space and the lights aren't working. But then you open the door and you end up sort of seeing this impossible CRT screen sitting in a room. So it's a whole bunch of really unnecessary wrapping around what's the same gameplay mechanic, really.
Nothing is unnecessary. We love fluff.
Oh, I've had so much fun playing with lights.
Yeah.
And my favourite part of this is it's got a system that it automatically updates the lighting depending on what's on the screen, so it all glows everything nicely on everything. So yeah, and you know, you have this kind of impossible computer system, and you discover the logs of the person who's created it, and you know, you can go through. And this is kind of where it currently is at the moment. These are all instructions, and if I go back to the actual main thing, we can start the game. And I'm hoping to expand it with, you know, some new gameplay modes, some new level layouts, and things like that. But you see, if I jump into here, it's basically the same basic game idea, only, you know, me changing all the colours up and making it feel a bit nicer and a bit more polished than a Game Jam game.
Yes.
But it's the same kind of idea that you're trying to do this, and then what will happen is, if I get some score, this is your timer. So in 45 seconds, I've made the timer shorter for this event. It will run out of time, and then you'll kind of level up, and that will slowly unlock the narrative and other gameplay modes and stuff as you go through. Is the plan.
Cool. So did you rewrite the core gameplay, or did you just kind of tweak it?
A bit of both.
Okay.
So a lot of the kind of the core stuff's really, really similar, but I also realized afterwards that it wasn't detecting quads very well, so I had to rewrite like some of the detection code and things like that. Like a lot of the basic code's the same, and all the kind of game logic is the same. It's just now, I guess, working.
And looking very nice.
Idea,
yeah.
And the idea will be that this will all be synced up to the music as well, because it feels a bit like a tracker. So I want it to be kind of like synthy tracker music. And then this is you sort of leveling up. And if I now cheat with a debug hack and give myself a few more levels, we go back, you'll see that I've unlocked sort of myself a couple more for the mode I wanted to unlock. So you've unlocked different level layouts. So if I now click on this one, it's now, you know, a different color and a much more difficult level layout to play on, because you've already got bits.
You've already got lots of edges. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, I only added this a couple of days ago, so this level is probably unnecessarily difficult. But yeah, basically it was really nice doing the game jam. I'd really missed doing them in person, and it was like really inspirational to be with all people making stuff again, and it's really got me back into wanting to make weird, glowy nonsense, which is lovely. So yeah, that's where it is at the moment.
That looks amazing.
Thank you.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and I will be bothering sound people soon, no doubt.
the Solace soundtrack was awesome. So,
So I'm
you'll
assuming
get
you're
something
gonna continue working on this.
Yeah, I'm really, really, really motivated to like work on it at the moment. So I'm enjoying working on it and playing around with it and trying to figure out new, interesting kind of twists on the gameplay formula as well.
yeah,
So I've
with
got a couple
the
of
simple
ideas.
mechanic, like even just adding the stuff that's already like kind of blocked off is already great. You can do so much with that.
Yeah, completely. And I kind of like the idea of having a mode where instead of time, you get a limited amount of pieces. So it's like a more
Okay.
thoughtful mode.
Ooh.
Or there's one maybe where you place the pieces, you can only place them on the bottom of the screen or something. We'll see. It's one of those things. I'll add stuff and see if any of it works or if it's fun at all. That's currently where it is. Lots of sort of non-diegetic-y UI nonsense stuff that I'm enjoying playing with at the moment.
So is the stuff on the screen, is that all like in a render texture, or is it all actually there as a thing?
So I have 3 different cameras for doing different bits of the game.
Okay.
So there is a camera off somewhere pointing and filming the screen, which is then mapped as a render texture onto like a procedurally generated curved monitor screen.
Yep.
Which is why you get this like nice curvy effect. That is then I then use MIP maps to basically calculate the lighting that will come off the screen to light for the rest of it.
Okay.
And then I have a camera that moves around the scene and does these sorts of things. And then another camera that looks at just the UI items, which is how I can do the overlay of the phone and stuff. And then lots of raycasting to do this kind of doom-free thing that when your mouse goes over the screen, it becomes the cursor on the screen.
Yeah.
Ooh, and bugs. That's a fun and interesting bug I've not found yet. Interesting. Well, there you go. You'll always find bugs when you demo it.
Yep.
I'm going to write that one down.
So we actually have a question. I don't know. I'm gonna take it as a question where Norg is asking, wait, what can you rotate the piece? So I'm assuming the piece that you sort of
Yes, you can,
Is that
Norg.
a thing? Okay.
I can't really show you, but there's a thing. One of the things tells you that you can right click to rotate.
Okay.
Norg has had a go at the early testing.
Oh,
Nice.
and you couldn't rotate at that point? Or...
You could. I think he just missed the.
He just didn't know it.
They missed that they could. Sorry. So
Cool.
I will obviously need to make that more obvious.
Yeah. It's funny when you're like, oh yeah, that feature is there. Yeah, how do I? I
But
need
it's
to tell the
useful, 'cause
player.
It means
Yeah.
you need to tell people multiple times.
Yeah. This bit looks proper misty as well.
Oh well, anything mist related is very my bag.
Yeah.
But it's very like that whole bit with the door and the glowing monitor is very inspired by everything glowing in Control, really.
Yeah.
Because I really, really enjoy like how they've done all the lighting engine and how you just have like really strong, dramatic lighting cues on everything.
Do you usually jam by yourself, or?
I usually jam with how my previous game happened is because I like jamming with sound designers or composers because we can work really happily in parallel. But at the Edinburgh one, my usual kind of collaborators weren't there, and because there was a lot more organisation to do, I thought it was better for me to jam by myself because I wasn't sure how much time I'd have to actually do the jamming.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was like I wasn't sure if I was going to finish
it.
anything.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
How did the jam
thank
site go? How many people did you have and stuff around?
We had about 60, 65.
It's quite a lot.
Good.
I think about 50 to 60 in person, and then a few kind of online teams, and people coming and going throughout the weekend. So, as Nog said, it was a little nerve-wracking, but most people were really sensible and really nice about it, and we had enough space that once they were in teams, they could just have their own little space, which I think made it easier.
Cool.
Anyway,
Cool.
yeah, thank you, Greg. I appreciate that.
It was Greg saying? Where did he
Well,
say it? He likes it. Yeah. Cool.
in the YouTube thing.
Okay.
I will stop sharing. But thank you very much for organising this. It's great to see everyone's games.
Yeah. Thanks for coming
Thank
along.
you for showcasing.
Yeah, and yeah, thanks for reaching out because it had not came through.
My fault, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's fine.
Cheers, both.
Cool. Thank you. I'll see you later.
I am waving.
You are waving. Okay. Close stream. Okay, that was good. Again, if you want to vote for that one, go over to where is it? I need to star that or something. That's not the name of it. But yes, go vote for it. Oh, it's already got quite a few votes, so might be doing good.
I think we got one. You added one? The pit?
Yeah, that's the Team Terrible guys.
Right. Okay. Okay, cool.
Cool. So we've got Abertay Game Lab one now. Yeah, if you want.
So if you show the video of it, I can read it.
Yeah. Is anyone from that team around? From the Abertay Game Lab? Have we got Robin or someone? I don't know if there is anyone or not. We'll give them a minute.
Aye.
Where is the video? I had it up a minute ago because I knew this was going to happen. I've got way too many tabs and stuff open as usual.
I sent it on Slack as well.
That's what the ping was. Okay. Right, so I think if I do this, log on. No, I don't need to log on to watch, do I? Video is not rated. Log on to watch. All right. Is that a thing on Vimeo? Okay, we're good. So I think it's going to be a similar thing of me kind of sharing.
Yeah, this is a shorter video. It's like 1 minute and 28 seconds, and I think we've given them enough.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to show up, are they? Could you share it? Is that would that be a nightmare? Does it have audio and stuff as well?
Maybe.
I don't think it does. Or it doesn't on the one I've got. But yeah, if you could share that, would be good. And I'll just continue to share this screen.
I'll see.
Otherwise, I'd have to share it twice and stuff like we did with the Otter one.
Aye. Just see if I do it like that, and then
we'll have a cat in the meantime.
Yes, let the cat distract.
Have a dancing cat. Okay, I'm getting spinny things, but it's trying to do it.
It's not a good time, PC, to decide that you don't want
to not
participate.
Stream. Yeah. Stop watching and then share again.
Stop.
If not, I'll try and do it the other way. But
what sort of makes me nervous is that I can't even, because you usually get like the previews of screens, don't you?
You get it if it's highlighted. If it's not at, like if you're on a different window, it'll not show you it. Okay, that seems to not work. I'll share this with you so we can.
Sorry,
That's
audience.
Fine. It's absolutely fine.
You too. Sorry.
Share screen. We want to share this one. Go live. See, this was quite cool. Made by some lecturers at Abertay, I think. Can you see? Is it working this way?
Yes.
Can you see, Emily? Okay.
I could see, but it wasn't on play. Or there.
Okay, it is playing now. Yeah, okay.
Cool.
It's cool. It seems to be made in pulp.
That is coming for the play date.
The new Playdate thing. Yep.
It's made by Andrew, Ian, Mona, and Robin, part of Abertay Game Lab. And the description is as said. It is 2022. After almost 2 years of restrictions, it is time to party. But hang on. These parties were not in 2022 at all. They were. That can't be right. The parties will have to wait. You are Sue Gray, and it is time to get to work. Not a work event, but real work. Without the wine or cheese. A different party with vines. There is evidence to gather, a report to write, and absolutely no time to be ambushed with cake. Super Work Party explores the duality of truth and lies in British politics in 2022. Developed on the fly as the truth continued to shift under our feet, Super Work Party is developed in pulp and will be coming to playdates.
Cool. Yeah, I did see the full SDK landed today, I think, or last night. It'd be cool to see more people get on that. It's such a cool looking console. I've got one I printed out of Papercraft years ago. It was years ago now. That's crazy, or at least 1 year.
It is very nice. I just think it's a bit pricey.
Oh, it is. It is.
For something that sort of feels like, I mean, you could develop games for it, of course, but in general, it sort of feels like it's a bit of a toy.
Yeah, it's got that premium feel to it, I think, but it's something that will we see clones from AliExpress in the next year that
it's not.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a lot of time before we see something similar, but it's, as you say, it's going to be the quality of it that's probably going to be top notch. And like you say, the SDK already I saw people writing about it on Twitter, and they just rave about how nice it looks, how easy and accessible it seems to be able for
controversial politics game.
No.
You can head over to the voting page and give it a download. I think you need to run it through Pulp, register as a developer and stuff, or you can run it through the SDK as well now. I've seen stuff about that. Not game reviews. Where am I going? Voting. We've got Play Party Chat. Is that cool? Yeah, so that was the link to the YouTube. So if you like that game, go vote for it on here. Press the little SGDA thing. And then we've got, I think Robin really likes the two-colour aesthetic thing. I've seen him doing another jam that was supposed to look like an Apple II with a black and white screen. He did that about Rennie McIntosh at the V&A jam a couple of years ago. That was really cool too. He likes his black and white pixels.
I know he made Virtua Walker with Dr. Paul Robertson too.
Is that also a black and white?
Which also had the same, yeah.
He does have an aesthetic. Okay, Team Terrible, you're still about. I can see you in the watch together. If you just want to jump over.
Come in.
And show us your pet.
The water is fine.
And then we'll wrap up and get the voting sorted.
Mm-hmm.
We'll give them a minute to come in. We know they're there and can see them.
What's the delay?
Yeah.
Which I'm sure is a smart thing. We're kind of like live television here. where
Ew.
you don't know what catastrophes can happen, so we need to have that minute of delay. Hiya. No, welcome in.
I think I can put I can change the delay. I don't know how small I can make it, but yeah.
Hello again.
Hello again.
Hiya. Long time no
Someone
see.
else showed off 2 games. You might as well. You'd remembered you had one. You
Yeah,
said,
as dumb as it is, it's because I think everyone just kind of loses track of time during like this whole COVID kind of thing.
yeah,
It's
you
like,
said 10
oh, this
months
was
or
this.
something,
Yeah, it's like, oh, this was like within a year.
I always get
Oh
that.
my god,
at
yeah.
the same year
when
anyway.
you sort of like
Yeah. There was one jam one of these play parties I was like, I've made like 4 games.
Yeah.
I'll just show 2 though, it's fine.
Yeah,
Well-
usually that's about the amount that we do, but because we've been so busy this year, this was 10 months ago, which is why it didn't jump to our mind as to something that we'd show off. But it's one of my favorites anyway that we've done in recent years.
Ooh, exciting.
I'll jump
I
right
wonder
in.
if I've seen this one.
So this was made for the Ludum Dare.
Shit. It's like a long way down.
I'm going to keep interrupting myself. It's the first game I've actually done voiceover for.
Cool.
But it was made for Ludum Dare 48, which is 72-hour jam. And the theme was deeper and deeper. So we thought of making a first-person game that's just all about going down.
I had been
okay.
playing. I had been playing Ghost Runner close to this, which is like one of the big influences.
Is that free on PlayStation this month?
I believe it is.
PS5
I loved
only,
it.
though. Yeah.
Is it PS5 only?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh right, I didn't realize that. I already owned it. I bought it a wee while ago on PlayStation. I thought it was a fantastic game. This is not quite the same level of quality, but like heavily inspired. We got some cool mechanics and like
Good
wall running and stuff.
oh
Yeah.
nice.
I love first-person wall running.
Oh, there's something
was-
very very
yeah.
cool about it.
That and the dash
was-
mechanic is you got a dasher?
No,
dash.
we don't. But we do.
Just,
We
just
do
a
have some.
decent amount of wall jumping.
Yeah.
You do get a couple of other mechanics that unlock later on in the game, but it was quite a fun one in that because it's such a big environment, we ended up just like it's sort of almost like Quake style, where we just like ended up just slapping on like a bunch of textures onto a bunch of primitives and being like that'll do.
Yeah.
And spent a lot more time focusing instead on like the level design.
Yeah. It's a nice like grey box, but with nice textures.
Yeah, just a big tiling texture. Don't look too closely at it. But because you're sprinting around so fast, you generally don't really see much of it. So I think you kind of get away with a lot more.
Yeah.
And then just slap on some fancy lighting and some particle effects, and kind of half the work done for you.
Oh, we got a sword.
I wonder if it still cuts.
Some nice animation shake when it.
This is where it starts getting a bit more stressful.
Yeah. Yeah, this is like that ninja game you were talking about.
Oh yeah, massively so. We actually ended up getting a bunch of people like on our Discord. Ended up speedrunning it quite a lot, which is quite fun.
Oh, nice.
Like I'm a
Oh.
huge fan of the speedrun scene, so like it was really really cool to be involved in something that was like I'm not saying it massively took off, but I've never seen people speedrun our games before, so that was kind of cool.
See.
It's a sort of game that suits very well to things like speedrunning as well, though, because it's like it's a very fast-paced game. It's quite unforgiving.
Yeah, and I assume not that long either. So like a run would be.
No, a couple, like at most like a minute or two, if you
Yeah.
really know what you're doing. There's a lot of skips, which is actually quite fun,
Yeah.
watching people discover them.
Find the skips.
Aaron's playing it legit now, but like there are huge sections of this you can just basically jump past.
Not that I expected anything different in my heads.
And that's really funny. For
So-
some reason, I was like, I thought this was just a video, but you're playing it live right
No,
now.
I'm playing it, yeah. So I'm trying very, very hard not to die.
I see. When you died in the first place, I was like, oh, you did that just to show us what the death screen was like.
No, that was
No,
an accident.
this is-
It was
this
me
is
getting
legit.
used to the controls. It's quite twitchy because there's a lot of like awkward jumps you have to make to want to make it as responsive as possible. But it does mean that when you pick it up and you start moving around, it is a little bit.
So yeah, in the speedrunning scene, like
Foul creature.
I've had some people play Flea and stuff, and they said they want like an easier or a faster mode so that they can get a really good time on it. like just the demo or something, like the first couple levels.
It is funny how you sometimes get some of those kind of things. There's something really cool about that sort of like organic building of gameplay. It's something that I really, really like.
This is a really cool mechanic here of so just wherever the ball lands that you teleport there.
So there's two ways to get it. There's like purple stuff on the ground, or if you kill 5 enemies or whatever, 4 enemies, whatever it is.
Oh, does it give powers it up? Okay.
So you see, it's like dull right now.
Yeah.
Those 3 little lights, they'll do 1 for each kill, so it's 4 enemies. Or if you touch any of the purple things, they'll do an instant charge. And it was our way to sort of vaguely gate where you could use it.
I like the run doesn't seem to run out either. Is that
No, it absolutely, you can just keep going forever, which was actually quite fun.
We actually had to put in
blockers. Yeah, we had to put in blockers to stop people just running the whole way down to the bottom of the pit, like on the walls.
Very cool.
But yeah, most of the puzzles revolve around the same thing, which is like there's a switch you have to press, and the switch activates a platform.
Oh no!
No, how far? Yeah,
it's done so well.
There's
nice
yeah, checkpoints, yeah.
If you toss the teleport orb, it telefrags people as well, which is a nice thing. You know, it's always nice.
Huh.
Can you remember where to go here?
Yeah, up here.
So are you going to do more work on it, or you?
It's a game I would
done?
love to go back to because we have the character controller pretty much already done. You could easily go and make like a bunch of levels for it, which is something I've always just thought like we will definitely do at some point again. But
or you're like, or we could use it in a different project and just keep the cool character controls. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like it's one of the best things.
Just try to remember where to go.
So if you just drop down here, just keep an eye out. You can basically just get to it straight away from like that big long platform. Yeah.
This side, yeah, that's right. There we go.
So you can't just run past people as well.
Yeah.
There's no actual need to kill anyone, and this is like the last room. So yeah, it's not a super long game, but we found it really easy just to stick in a bunch of rooms because the mechanics are quite fun just by themselves. Like running around was just enjoyable. It wasn't very difficult to just like, okay, here's a bigger room. It kind of felt all right.
Nice quick respawns as well after dying.
Yeah, that was definitely a big thing. God.
That's good. You don't want to lose the momentum.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like you want to get straight back into it.
Okay, I think it was in here.
Yeah, it's in there.
Now we have to see the end.
Yeah. Gonna try my hardest.
You just wait on. Does that make something else go down somewhere, or is that?
Yeah. So you see that other platform? They light up.
Nice.
It's just a very simple lock and key.
Okay.
The enemies are essentially just optional.
Descendant from above. A feast awaits.
Oh, what an antichrist.
But yeah, it was really fun to make. It's definitely something I would love to go back to, just simply because, like, so the character controller feels really good to mess around with. But yeah, that's definitely one of the jams we were happier with from doing.
They're not saying have a banana, are they?
That's stuck in my head as well, honestly. All the way through the jam. As soon as I found that piece of music, it was just, yeah, I am a banana, have a banana.
It's
just a random.
Yeah.
No, it's a random chant I found on Zapsplat. But yeah, it really does sound like that. Oh, highly recommend Zapsplat for jams, by the way, if you want any kind of audio that's royalty and accreditation free.
Zapsplat, that sounds very good.
Thank you so much for the tip, so people heard.
Yeah, we use it for our Team Terrible like products as well. There's a gold subscription you can pay for, and they'll give you an extra like 20% like additional sounds that are usually blocked, well, hidden away.
Nice.
That's not an endorsement. Just saying. It's real good.
It's a good tip. It's a good tip. I think that's one of the things that sort of people like finding good sources for free audio and sort of available assets for anything, art, audio, it's really good to share.
Because it just saves so much time in the jam, being like...
Yeah. Particularly, because it's all keyword search based, you can just go and type in, like today I was making a ladder for an attic, and I was just like, attic ladder sounds, and I had like a selection of about 100 different things that I could just cut up in Audacity and piece together to make something. So I could make those sounds as I went, which is always really useful, rather than leaving it until the last minute, which you tend to do in jams anyway. Audio, unless you've got an audio person on your team, audio almost always gets left to the last minute, and then you're just trying to make it not silent.
Yep. I like putting placeholders of just going like jump, hit ground type stuff.
Yeah.
I love the ideality of you making a game where it's just you saying jump, 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 land.
Oh my god.
Yeah, well, that's what the current game's at right now, because we've not got the sound effects in, but just so you know what's a placeholder and what isn't.
Yeah. Yeah, well, thanks for letting us show that one as well.
Cool, yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you for showing. That
More
was
the
really
merrier.
cool. I
Yeah.
hope you make something of it.
Yeah. Hope you hear some more in it too.
Like, something more than that.
Yeah.
Not like...
We'll just make the pit deeper. There you go.
Yeah, there you
Yes, there you go.
Perfect. Thank you very much, guys.
All right, thanks again.
Thank you.
Thanks
for
Take
coming
care.
Bye. Right, don't press disconnect. They've left. Good. Okay. I was like, yeah, I don't need to stop sharing screen or watching or anything. It's all fine. Right. So if you wanted to vote for that one, go ahead and do so. Should I do it that way, or should I? I'll do it on here on the voting. How many people have we got watching at the moment?
We got 6 people.
6 people. Okay. So if you want to vote for that, go do it. We'll give it, I don't know, another minute or two, and then we're going to close this channel, and then we're going to count up all the votes and see who's winning. So we're going through who was the one. The elephant's doing pretty good. Otter's doing pretty good. Oh. Tom's doing pretty good. We'll see. Give it another few minutes. See the cat. And the winner will receive...
Have you voted?
I've not voted, no. I feel I should be...
Are we allowed to vote?
Impartial, I don't know. We have done it at other events.
It feels a bit like voting for your children or something. I
well, technically the SGDA voted for everyone to add the initial emoji, so we did what we said not to do and vote for everyone.
Exactly.
Do we vote? Do we not?
Cam.
Let's see.
It's tail cam at least.
Yeah, and the winner will get one of these, but with the right date on it. That's just been sitting there since last year. So you'll get.
We'll sort that.
You'll get the Community Choice Award. That'll be good. And I'll get that to you somehow. Hopefully you've not. I hope that 42 team doesn't win. Cool. Yeah. Send out 42 of those.
Then Joseph will just have to be like, it has to be like a walking trophy. So he'll have it for like 1 week, and then it goes to the next person, and then within a year and a half, well, a little bit less, they'll have gone through the whole team.
Be around everyone. Yep.
Oh, good kitty.
No, she wasn't. She bit my arm.
Oh no!
So she got put down on the floor. Right. Okay. That's probably enough. The lines are now closed. Your vote will not be counted. Well, even worse than that, you just won't be able to see it. I actually need to. Where am I going? Permissions. I'll lock it for now so that nobody comes in and does anything sly. And then I'll look the highest one is. Well, I feel I know where it is already. It's close. It is close. But I do believe we have a clear winner.
Aye.
Uh-huh. And just check. I think here we've got Amicable Animal. And I can't remember what you named the thing to be, but you are our Community Choice Award this year. So, congrats.
Ta-da!
It's always Tom. It's always Tom. But yeah, very, very well deserved anyway. Yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this stream. Yeah, we'll try to get back to normal as soon as possible, but COVID, what can we do really? Yeah, we do hope to do a kind of more blended approach in the future, so that people can come to the events if, yeah, like we see it as potential to do better. We'll be able to like have people that can't get to the other events in time with work schedules and stuff, and we can do some kind of streaming at the event, kind of roving mics or something. We think that could be really good going forward. So it's not all bad things coming out of COVID. I know it's kind of put a damper on things, and we kind of went quiet for a while, but we're hoping to get back in full swing this year as the SGDA, bring lots of cool stuff.
Aye.
Yeah, it's cool. Congrats again, Amicable Animal, and yeah, a round of applause.
Aye.
And we will see you in the next event.
Thanks so much, everybody.
I'm getting ready to
Take care.
Press the thing to say thanks for watching. Okay. See you later. Bye.